How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Sick Eric Tech. Today we're going to be doing a spec comparison between the Galaxy S23 Ultra and the Google Pixel 7 Pro. We're going to be going on over the specs and some side-by-side pictures and some video as well. Taken on both of these devices, we're going to be going on over everything you should know. If you might want to pick one of these up, and hopefully this video will help out. And be sure you're subscribed to Sick Eric Tech, that way you don't miss out on future videos just like the one you're about to watch today. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So as far as dimensions go, the Galaxy S23 comes in at about 6.43 inches tall, 3.7 inches wide, and 0.35 inches thin, and it weighs about 8.25 ounces. Going on over to the Pixel 7 Pro, 6.41 inches tall from top to bottom, and 3.2 inches wide and 0.35 inches thin. So as far as thinness, they're both pretty much almost identical. Width almost identical as well, just a hair difference, and the Galaxy S23 is definitely a little bit taller. The Pixel 7 Pro weighs at about 6.48 ounces, covered in Corning Gorilla Glass Victus, while the S23 is covered in Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2 front and back. They're both IP68 water and dust resistant. You get an armor aluminum frame on the Galaxy S23 and your just regular aluminum frame on the Pixel 7 Pro. And like I said, IP68 water and dust resistance. Another feature that the Galaxy has is the infamous S Pen. If you want to use this to sign some documents, doodle, or even control your camera, you could do stuff like that by remotely controlling your camera, which is really nice. If you're a photographer, this really comes in handy. If you don't have anybody with you, you can just mount this on a tripod and pretty much control everything on this phone with your S Pen, which is absolutely fantastic. So definitely very useful for all you guys who want it, and if you don't want it, you can just store it away nice and easy and forget about it. So as far as display goes, the Galaxy S23 Ultra Dynamic AMOLED 2 display, 120 Hz HDR10+, 1200 nits all the way up to 1750 nits over here on the Galaxy S23 Ultra. And it is 1440 by 3088 with 500 pixels per inch, and like I said earlier, covered in Corning Gorilla Glass Victus. You do get a very customizable always on display with your optical in-display fingerprint sensor. Going on over to the Pixel 7 Pro, you get a 6.7 inch LTPO AMOLED display, 120 Hz HDR10+, 1000 nits all the way up to 1500 nits. So definitely doesn't get as bright as the S23, but very close when it comes down to brightness. Both of these are very nice displays. You get more of a curve on the Pixel than you do on the Galaxy, if you like that, and definitely rounded corners on the Pixel compared to your boxy on the S23 Ultra. And it is 1440 by 3120 with 512 pixels per inch, so you get a little bit more PPI just because the screen is just a tad bit smaller on the Google Pixel 7 Pro. You do get an always on display with your optical in-display fingerprint sensor, which has improved over time. Every update that the Pixel gets, everything just gets better and better. Not very customizable though on that always on display. Both of these devices are running Android 13, and you get One UI 5.1 on the Galaxy. While over here you get your stock Android experience on the Pixel. As you can see, very different when it comes down to UI differences. So as you can see, very different when it comes down to the UI and your menus and stuff. More of a stock Android on the Google Pixel compared to Samsung's own One UI on its Galaxy. So very nice on both of them. Both of them are very nice and snappy. As far as processor goes, you get the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 on the Galaxy S23. It does come in an 8 and a 12 gigabyte model. When it comes down to RAM, this particular one is the 8 gigabyte 256 storage. You get the Adreno 740 GPU. While over here on the Google Pixel, you get the Google Tensor G2 Generation 2 chipset with the Mali G710 MC10 GPU, and this particular model is the 12 gigabyte 128 gigabyte storage, UFS 3.1 over here, UFS 4.0 on the Galaxy. So very nice when it comes down to speed. No issues whatsoever on both of these. Even with the 8 gigabytes on the Galaxy S23, this is a very fast and snappy phone. Definitely a lot smoother than I thought it would be. This phone is very smooth with only 8 gigabytes RAM. The Google Pixel is no slouch too, 12 gigabytes. This phone flies, no issues. A little bit more heating up over here on the Pixel compared to the Galaxy, especially when you're doing multiple things and recording a lot of video. None of these devices have micro SD card support, and that is a shame, but hey, that's how it is nowadays. No micro SD card support, just support for a single SIM and things like that. So whatever storage you get, that's what you're gonna have till the end of this phone or however long you have it. Going on over to the cameras, the Galaxy S23 Ultra comes with a main sensor of 200 megapixels compared to 50 megapixels on the Google Pixel 7 Pro. Ultra wide on the Galaxy is going to be a 12 megapixel camera compared to a 12 megapixels for your ultra wide as well, so the same there. The Google Pixel has a 48 megapixel telephoto lens, which is going to be your periscopic telephoto lens, while over here on the Galaxy you get a 10 megapixel periscopic telephoto lens as well, but you also get an extra telephoto lens on the Galaxy, and that also is 10 megapixels to add extra support for zooming in, while over here on the Pixel you just get your main ultra wide and your telephoto lens. Front facing camera on the Galaxy is going to be a 12 megapixel front facing camera. The Pixel is going to be a 10.8, let's just call it a 10 megapixel front facing camera. The Galaxy can record all the way up to 8K 24 and 30 frames per second, of course with your 4K and things like that, while the Google Pixel records all the way up to 4K 60, and the front facing cameras can record up to 4K 60 frames per second on both of these as well. So very nice when it comes down to pictures and the video. The Google Pixel 7 Pro definitely has improved a lot over these last couple of updates when it comes down to video, especially on this front facing camera. You guys are going to see that in just a little bit. I'm going to flash some pictures on your screen and show you some side-by-side video taken on both of these devices. That way you guys get an idea how each one looks. And like I said, the Google Pixel 7 Pro has improved a lot. If you were to go back to one of my older videos of the Pixel 7 Pro versus the LG V60 and look at that front facing camera and then look at it now, huge difference with these updates on this device. Fantastic. So let's go ahead and take a look at some pictures and some video of these two devices, that way you guys can get an idea of how they stack up against each other. All right, so what did you guys think of the video and the pictures taken on one of these? Which one looks better for me? I think it goes blow to blow. The Galaxy, you could tell, has more saturation in the blues and the greens, while the Pixel comes out a bit more natural. But the camera on the Pixel definitely has improved over these last several updates. It is absolutely fantastic, and I'm absolutely loving it. So as far as stereo speakers go, both of these devices do have stereo speakers. You get Dolby Atmos on the Galaxy S23 Ultra, while the Pixel doesn't really offer any Dolby on there. So let's go ahead and take a listen of both of these speakers, that we get an idea of how each one sounds. So the Pixel has Bluetooth 5.2, while the Galaxy has Bluetooth 5.3. You get, like I said earlier, in-display fingerprint sensors. The Pixel is going to be an optical, while the Galaxy is an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, and the Pixel's definitely has improved over time. The Galaxy's still a little bit quicker, but as you can see, very nice when it comes down to fingerprint sensor. Both of these devices have facial recognition for added security. You get Wi-Fi 6E on both of these devices. The Google Pixel is going to come with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery with 30 watt charging and 23 watt fast wireless charging and reverse wireless charging, so you're able to charge your Pixel Watch or any other device Bluetooth on the rear of the device. The Galaxy S23 comes with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery as well, 45 watt wired charging, 15 watt wireless charging, and 4.5 watt reverse wireless charging. Now that 30 watts wireless charging on the Pixel, you have to use the included Pixel stand that you have to purchase from Google in order to get those fast charging speeds wirelessly. But as far as battery life goes, I'm going to give that to the Galaxy S23, just because this new chipset and this new efficiency, this device is easily a day and a half, maybe even more depending on your usage, while the Pixel has improved over time, but the battery life has never been great on the Pixel 7 Pro. You could get a day and maybe a day and a half if you're lucky on light usage, but the Galaxy S23 definitely surprised me with battery life. This thing is a beast. No issues whatsoever, and as far as charging speeds, they're both about the same, give or take a few extra watts. They're both charged faster, and they're both going to do the job just fine with that 5,000 milliamp hour battery. So as far as colors go, the Galaxy S23 comes in Phantom Black, green, cream, lavender, graphite, and the exclusive colors are sky blue, lime red, and things like that. This is the Phantom Black color for the Galaxy S23, so very nice and clean. While the Google Pixel came in Obsidian, Snow, and Hazel, this is the Snow color. And as you can see, very nice differences in design. To each his own. I really do like the Pixel more rounded edges compared to the boxy frame of the Galaxy S23. But like I said, a lot of people like this boxy note-like feel to it. And as far as button placement, definitely prefer the button placement on the Galaxy, since the Pixel reverses the buttons. They put the power button up top, volume at the bottom. I really don't like that. And as far as placement goes, you can see the Galaxy a bit higher up on the device, while the Pixel is lower for that power button. I just wish they would have switched it. But very nice when it comes down to build quality. Going on over to the phones, shiny frame on both of these. As you can see right there, the Pixel will definitely pick up a little bit more scratches, especially on this rear camera module. It is made out of aluminum, and you will be able to see scratches more on that as time goes by. Taking a look at the bottom, you get your USB ports at the bottom, speaker, and you get your micro SD or your SIM tray on the Galaxy over here on the bottom, while over here on the Pixel you get it on the side, some antenna lines, And as far as that hole punch cutout on both of these, very small hole punch cutouts on both of them, so that's really nice. Bezels on them are about the same going all the way around. It's just you get that curved screen on the Pixel 7 Pro, and as you can see, you do get more of a glare on that screen compared to the Galaxy, which is not as curved, but you still get a glare on that edge of that screen. But very nice when it comes down to displays and cameras on both of these. They go blow to blow when it comes down to taking pictures. The Pixel more of a point and shoot camera, while the Galaxy gives you more options with that Pro Video and Pro mode and everything. You get more tweaking options on the Galaxy if you're willing to spend time taking a picture. If you're one of those people who like to just take out your phone and snap a photo, the Pixel 7 Pro is going to be for you. Very nice, reliable point and shoot camera. The Galaxy is going to give you definitely better zoom capability with that extra zoom, and going all the way up to 100 times zoom, while the Pixel could only go up to 30 times zoom. So as far as that goes, the Galaxy is going to be way better in zooming than the Google Pixel, but still the Pixel is no slouch. That telephoto lens is actually pretty good, but just not as good. Samsung is still the king of zooming when it comes down to photos and video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And this has been my spec comparison between the Galaxy S23 Ultra and the Google Pixel 7 Pro. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Stay safe out there, guys. Peace.